and what you think about this. What are your thoughts on that, Becky?
I have no idea what Disney Prime could even be.
That is true. If you do the Pixie Pass, I believe is what it's called.
Pixie Pass?
Yeah, like you got to do
say revamp the names.
There we go. I'm stopping. I promise.
Speaking of snorting things, Bob Chapek is the CEO of Walt Disney World. Welcome, Walt Disney World fans, to another episode of the Notcast presented by NotClub33.com. This week on the show, we're talking Walt Disney World annual passes. Are they gone for good? My name is Steve Rhodes. With me this week, I have Becky Wells. Pat Neestad is here with me.
What's up?
And so is Bobby Burchins, the Disney cynic.
You know what? Since everybody clearly loves my boy band bid so much, I think I'm gonna have to kill that too, and just say bye. That's right. I went there with it. It's dead.
All right, I know
Thanks,
that,
guys. You killed it.
I think I know that in sync, right?
Ah, you got it. You got it. Way to go.
I knew one.
Yeah.
I knew one.
one out of the three. Yeah, there we go. Now it's dead. Thanks.
I was pretty certain on that. I was like it.
But how many more do you know?
Oh, so many. Oh, you'd be surprised.
Well,
and besides that, I've got a wife who has a shocking catalog of boy band shitty music. Don't get me wrong. This could have gone on for months.
I was kind of enjoying you starting to belt and then me just going bleep and just editing to you finishing the clip because
it kind of hurt my soul a little bit. That's kind of why I'm killing the bit. I put a lot of effort into that, and then here it is, one eternity later. What is that?
You the listener at home, I'm looking out for your eardrums and eyeballs, and I'm editing that down to a very, very small period of time so that you don't have to endure what we endure.
I enjoy it.
Show. Yeah.
That is an interesting way to state it, Patrick.
Oh man.
Like
I said in the intro, this is the Notcast presented by NotClub33. Today, we are talking about the Walt Disney World Annual Pass. It has been over a year since the Annual Pass came back to Walt Disney World. It came back September 8th of 2021. We're into October now of 2022. And I guess they killed it 2 months after the inception, so not a full year. But you can't buy one unless you want to get that crappy... You got to be a Florida resident, and you can only go Monday through Friday, and there's 100 blackout dates throughout the year, so it's essentially worthless.
400 blackout dates.
Yeah, 400 of the 365 days. That's correct, more accurate. Yes. Other than that, you can only renew your existing annual pass. And Bobby, you were telling us, you were telling us before show if you did buy that really crappy one, you could upgrade it. Is that right?
That is true. If you do the Pixie Pass, I believe is what it's called, you can upgrade after a full year. So, you buy September 10th, you renew September 10th, you have the option to upgrade to one of the higher tier passes, but you have to suffer for an entire year at that shitty level. Right, exactly. And for us, we bought in, I believe, at the Sorcerer Pass level. And the next one up was Incredipass, which had no blackout dates. We could have spent $200 more on that, but we chose not to. So that was what our vibe was.
Your pass is basically everything but Thanksgiving and Christmas, right?
Exactly.
And it's Florida resident only. Florida resident only.
And DVC.
Yeah. And DVC.
If you got that, it got in there within that window. But I think if you have one now, you can stay at that Incredipass level as a DVC member. But I don't know that you can't go down to the Pixie or the Pirate Pass. You can only go up to the Incredipass.
And you can't get any discount on it either.
This is all fucking complicated, and it's all the more reason why they need to revamp the shit anyway. So I say bring it on. Let's see what's happening.
Incredipass? Pixie Pass?
You got to do
say revamp the names.
There we go.
It's just displayed on YouTube for everybody to watch you guys do this. Oh man. Well,
It's not like I
Passing
rolled up a
out.
dollar bill anyway.
So you
So
don't have any
Bob,
left if you have the pass.
It's true. I got $1 left in my wallet.
so Bob Chapek,
That's for immersion fees.
oh god.
Chapek.
Yeah, like pixie dust.
So,
I'm stopping. I promise. I'm
Speaking
done.
of speaking of snorting things, Bob Chapek is the CEO of Walt Disney World. He came out earlier this year, and not even earlier that far ago. It was a couple months ago. Not even. He said that Disney's kind of targeting doing like an Amazon Prime style thing. He didn't call it Disney Prime, but that's kind of what Disney fans kind of ran with it and started calling it Disney Prime. That's going to be like a partially in-home experience where you get some type of guest experience possibly in the park. It might include Disney Plus. We don't really know, but is this like new thing that they're launching? Is this going to be the demise of the annual pass for the regular park goer? Based on what you're hearing and what you think about this, what are your thoughts on that, Becky?
I have no idea what Disney Prime could even be.
What's your ear to the ground journalism up in Canada?
I love your reaction. You're like, yeah, I have no idea anymore. Yeah.
All I know is I from time to time have FOMO on not getting that annual pass. I missed it by literally a day. But then also I'm like, the last time we went a couple months ago, or it was last month, I didn't go to the parks. It's just fine. So I feel like the annual pass is just an enabler if you don't live in Florida. It just makes you go more times so that you can justify having it. So like, do I think it's coming back? No.
That would seem to fall within Bob Chapek's business plan.
Right,
I'm just saying.
right, but
So
it does. It does, but the thing is he doesn't give a shit if we come back or not. So
I
don't
personally
think
they're going to keep the annual pass and have the Disney Prime thing that you're going to add on to your pass, or
they haven't kept the annual pass. You can't buy one.
Well,
can't get a new one.
You can't buy one.
What's going to happen
have one
is
now. You can't get one.
I know. I think they'll bring it back at a lot higher cost, and then they'll do this Disney Prime thing. That's my.
So
thought.
do you think the Disney Prime thing is going to be a precursor to even get into being able to allow to this annual pass? Since you think the annual pass is going to be available, or
so you're thinking the Disney Prime member are the only people that can get the annual pass? Yeah, that could be.
I'm guessing
could be for sure.
I'm spitballing.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't they do that? Because then they got you. They draw you in for the $10 a month or whatever the hell it's going to be, and then in order to get this pass, you got to have this.
No. To have the privilege to purchase it.
Yeah, right. To have the privilege to purchase it.
Right.
So it's kind of like
it's no different
DVC
than Amazon.
Member.
You
They
want to
offer
watch Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Me personally, I'm seeing this. Yeah, is that Disney has the few media outlets that they own that people are watching on the regular. Obviously, Disney Plus. They own ESPN. They own Hulu. You package them not with the Hulu TV portion, but just the one where you can watch shows after the fact, with maybe ESPN Plus and your Disney Plus library, and then on top of that, you say, "Hey, we'll give you a 5% discount on Disney merchandise." There's going to be some bullshit discount that is almost worthless. You'll get a discount on park tickets, merch. And maybe and then merch. And if you want the privilege to possibly buy an annual pass in the future, you have to have this. This is your barrier to entry. I could see it being something of that nature, and $10, $15, $20 a month, or some yearly fee of $150 to $200 is where they're going to.
That's what it'll start at,
and it'll include all that shit.
So gross.
Bobby, you look like you're.
As the one annual pass holder here, and who does have a monthly payment on his annual pass, I can say that I already feel like I have kind of that type of program, because I already get discounts on merchandise and dining and all that kind of stuff through the annual pass. It is a monthly fee of like $67 and some change per month per pass, and so we pay $130 between the two of us to do that.
Yeah. So are
Disney Disney Plus and ESPN and Hulu and all that, I think it's like 70. It wasn't $70 a year. It's like 20
That's with
bucks
the
a month.
TV package. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think
it's like
they'll. Go ahead. Sorry.
it's like 20 bucks a month. So $85 a person. It was not an unreasonable amount if you're going to include park passes to it. Even if they included a limited number of park passes to it, it's not the worst thing in the world because I can't go every day. As much as I would love to go every day, that's just physically impossible because I have a life and a job outside of all of this stuff. Um, I could see it very easily happening to the point where you get like the privilege of going to a park, but more to something that you brought up, Steve. I think that eventually what it's going to get to is the privilege to vacation at Disney is going to fall only onto DVC members at some point. I think at some point all of these different resorts are going to have
Yeah.
a DVC component to them, and I honestly think that you have to
All-Star
buy in if
DVC?
you want to be. Yeah,
No
think
way.
about how far 100 points is
Yeah, I
going to
don't
go
see
there.
that.
But at the same time, though, I
You
do
own the
kind of
place.
right. So I think they'll
No
start
way.
demanding a little bit higher of a thing. But
Yeah.
the reason why I say that is because the only way that you can get a day pass at that point would be to have a member sell that to you or rent that to
Let
you.
me
And I think that they want to have that inclusive membership so that you are stuck there and stuck and not buying anything else.
I think that's a different topic that we may address at another time. I know you've kind of
I
touched
hope
on
not.
it on your show. We've touched on it on your show before, and it could be something interesting to delve into a little bit later. And speaking of your show, information is on the screen for Cynics on Disney podcast. Drops every Monday wherever you podcast. But Bobby, let me ask you this: knowing that they're not selling new annual passes, like full annual passes to
Right.
people, does that make you feel more obligated to keep what you have for fear of like losing it?
Oh hell yes! It's the only
Yeah.
reason that I renewed this year. If we didn't, if we thought that they were coming back in November or something like that, I would have let it slip. There's no doubt in my mind. But the idea that we don't have that opportunity because the only other option for us at that point is 4-day tickets with a Florida special, which
Right.
aren't terrible in terms of a deal. It's like $250 for 4 days worth of park hopper, and you get 4 months to use them. But that also limits our ability to go. We could theoretically
Right.
go every weekend if we wanted to with our annual pass. Not so much with that 4-day park hopper ticket. You have to pick and choose, and I think that that's what Bob Chapek wants. But it's not what I want as a consumer. I want the option to go whenever the fuck I want to.
Becky and Pat, let me ask you guys this. One of you guys can hop in first. Knowing that if the opportunity arises to buy the annual pass as we know it, are you jumping in on that opportunity? Becky, I know you said you had the FOMO. Are you going to do it if you see the opportunity? Are you clicking submit to buy?
Honestly, it's going to depend on timing. I go way more than anybody else in this house, so I would probably get some use, but I don't know. I don't know that I'd get enough to make it worth it like I did the year that I did it because
Yeah.
that was before we had DVC, and I got a big AP discount on staying at Art of Animation. Like everything lined up to make it be totally worth having. But fortunately, being able to get military pricing on tickets, even though it's just a little savings, that has consistently outweighed even buying an annual pass through like Shades of Green eh, for how my family goes.
Gotcha.
Now, yeah, if it's just me and I can make it down 3 times in 1 year, probably still not going to get enough days to actually make it be a wash. But
Yeah, I mean,
it
the
still
12 days is
makes me
about
be like,
like, yeah.
dang it, but if I had that pass, then I'd go more. So it's a double-edged sword, but I don't honestly think that this year I would do that.
What about
So.
you, Pat?
No.
I
would
didn't have to think about it. Yeah.
I don't have much to think about. I mean, it just gives me. I already have enough reasons to go down there, and I don't know. I don't need that reason where it's really going to make me. If I have that annual pass, I feel like I'd have to use it multiple times
To
in
get
a
your
year.
money out of it.
Problem.
I mean, you have to use it 12. You got to go 12 days in order to
Because
even get.
I'm perfectly
it's a sniff
fine
break even.
going.
For me.
I'm perfectly fine going down for 4 days, maybe like a weekend. 5 days, maybe. I don't know. It just depends. I have the luxury, if I want to go, I can go, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be like completely tied down because I'm already kind of tied down a little bit. So.
Yeah. I might buy it for myself personally, but probably not the whole family. Just,
Right.
there's the occasional time where I feel like I need to go down and film something for the channel or get some content. But outside of that, probably not gonna buy it. But this whole Disney Prime thing, I really want to see where it goes, to see what it does include, because it could be interesting. It could be like, like the gateway into, maybe if there's a discount component, it could make sense for somebody like me. So
yeah.
If not Club 33 buys it for me, I will take it.
Listen,
there we go.
I would do that.
I know. I
don't
know.
want to go through the trouble.
Bobby
I'm
still
telling
hasn't
you.
gotten his
I did
not.
reimbursements.
It was $30, and I still haven't gotten that. I filled out the TPS report. I filled out the expense report. I've submitted my receipt.
I think
3
it got lost
times.
in accounting.
Listen, Janine in accounting is terrible. We have got to get rid of her. That's
Fucking
all I'm
Janine.
saying.
Yeah. Janine's been
Well,
slacking.
but we do need to like
I don't.
annual pass or no, figure out all 4 of us getting there together at some point. That should occur.
Yeah.
We're all crashing Bobby's place,
Bring it on.
sleeping on the floor.
Got
I
a whole
don't know.
bunch of DVC points. Let's get a grand
got-
villa.
That's
It'll be
true.
great.
I got some.
We got a bungalow, right? We can pool all of that together. We can rent something. Yeah, that'll be fun.
And hence why Bob Chakeback doesn't want to send you an annual pass, because you guys have a DVC and you still don't have one, and you still have to go down there and use it. And
But I can't
I
even
think
get a
that's-
discount. I'm a DVC owner, and because I bought resale, you're pretty much not a DVC owner.
but
just
you're
get the
still
luxuries.
in.
But you
And I think-
saved like
I
so
did, yeah.
much more.
But I
than
think
any
that's
of
to
that.
the
But
point.
I want those discounts.
But I think that's to the point of the whole
It's just
thing.
math.
Is he's not going to sell you an annual pass because you're still going down anyway. So I think this might be the writing on the wall to say, hey, you're not getting a new annual pass. And if you've got one, I would definitely probably renew it if you have any inkling that you're going to want to use it in the future, because it's probably not coming back.
It's going to have to be pried out of my cold dead hands.
There's one renewal right
You could
there
do
in the
that,
books
just-
for yeah.
It just keeps raising the price. He'll pry it out of your hands.
Yeah, eventually.
Good luck.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys for watching the show this week. We're going to wrap things up with that. Leave us a comment below. Let us know. Have you guys ever had an annual pass? Would you buy one if they put them back on sale? Drop that down in the comment section for us. While you're down there, smack the like button. It lets YouTube know that this was a good video, and it shows it to more people such as yourself. Also, consider subscribing. It's free to do so, and it really helps out our channel. For everybody here at Not Club 33, we'll catch you on the next Notcast Friday, 4 p.m. Magic Kingdom time. Peace.